Okay, good day everyone. We are the group who will discuss to you what is a determiner. So what is a determiner? That is actually a really good question. So buckle up because the answer can be a little complicated. To start, determiners can be many things depending on who you ask. They'll say some adjectives function as determiners or determiners are a type of adjective. Well, determiners are often the subject of intense grammatical debate, which makes them, we think, rather intriguing. So before you get too confused, kindly lend your ears to learn more about just what words are usually considered determiners and how we use them. Next slide. So, what is determiners? Determiners are words placed in front of a noun to make clear what the noun refers to. It come at the beginning of noun phrases, and usually we cannot use more than one determiner in same noun phrase. Now, a determiner is a member of a class of words used to modify nouns or noun equivalents. Determiners help clarify what a noun is referring to and are typically placed before descriptive adjectives. Now, let's next po. Okay, now let's dive into the types of determiners. First is an article. Next slide. So as you can see, an article is a word that modifies a noun without describing anything about it. We have here also the types of articles. First is the definite article, which is the and is using before a singular or plural noun. Second is the indefinite article, a and an. So instead, an article refers to a noun either as a specific or non-specific thing. So yon nga, yung in English, the definite article is the and two indefinite articles are a and an. The is used to refer to specific or identified things or groups. A and an are used to refer to non-specific things or to things that haven't been previously identified. Next slide. Okay, let's jump into the rules of articles. First, specific identity not known. Use the indefinite article a or an only with a singular count noun whose specific identity is not known to the reader. Use a before nouns that begin with a consonant sound and use an before nouns that begin with a vowel sound. We use the indefinite article a or an only with a singular count noun whose specific identity is not known to the reader. Example, I think an animal is in the garage. So an is the indefinite article followed by a singular noun, animal, and is still unidentified or not specific. Next is that we use a before nouns that begin with a consonant sound. So here we have the example, the man is a scoundrel. So as you can see, a is followed by a word scoundrel, which has the initial s, and s is absolutely consonant. So we use indefinite article a and an before nouns that begin with vowel sound. Third one, we use article a or an to indicate any non-specified member of a group or category. For example, we have here, we are looking for an apartment. The question is, what apartment? Ano ba yung apartment na talagang tinutukoy niya? Is it specific? Of course not. It is any apartment yung tinutukoy niya. So, next slide. Another one, we use article a or an to indicate one in number. And I have also here example, I own a cat and two dogs. Two dogs. Next one, use the article a before a consonant sound and use an before a vowel sound. It was discussed previously and this has been tackled a while ago. In the sentence, I am a boy, the word boy begins with a consonant, so they use the indefinite article a. Next, it is an apple. They use indefinite article an because it follows by a vowel sound a in the apple. So next. Rule number 2. Specific identity is known. Use the definite article the with any noun, whether singular or plural, count or non-count, when the specific identity of the noun is known to the reader, as in the following questions. So, example here, I ate an apple. What did he eat? Or he or she ate? It is specifically an apple. He or she ate an apple. An apple is identified. The particular noun has already been mentioned. So it is followed by the article the and the rest of the sentence. Another point. Next one. Use the article the when an adjective, phrase, or clause describing the noun clarifies or restricts its identity. For example, the boy sitting next to me raised his hand. So the noun is the boy and is identified, but it restricts his identity. Who specifically is this boy? Right? The same with the next example. Thank you for the advice you gave me. Who gave the advice? Right? It restricts the identity. Next one. Now for the rule number 3, all things or things in general use no article with plural count nouns or any non-count nouns used to mean all or in general. So I have here the example. The religion plays a vital role in every Southeast Asian nation. The tourists even come to the temples to observe and participate. A milk is brought as an offering in certain temples in exchange for blessings. So we will not use the article the in the religion plays a vital role in Southeast Asia. Need na natin siyang specify na religion lang talaga. So, next one is the tourists even come to the temples. Parang paulit-ulit na yung articles natin, which is hindi talaga siya applicable. So, dito sa rule number 3, kapag we are talking to general ideas like broad categories, plurals, non-countable nouns, and then sa mga languages, specific locations, geographical spots, like, and mga holidays or sports, we are not able to use articles na kapag mga general ideas. So, yan lang po for my report. Thank you.
Hello, I am audible.
Yes po.
Okay, so now let's go to the possessives. So a possessive determiner is a pronoun that is used to express position or belongingness. It helps the reader know who or what the owns that noun that it determines. So possessive determiners are used like my, your, our, his, her, their, and its. In addition, it tells us about the ownership of nouns to whom or what a noun belongs. Next slide. So now that we covered the definition, let's go to the examples of possessive determiner. The first example is, this is my book. The application of syntactic environment is, this is a adjective, is a verb, my is a pronoun or possessive determiner, book is a noun. So the word this is used to modify the noun book. It is used to make it clear to the audience that it is the noun being talked about. The word my precedes to the noun book. It tells us about the ownership of nouns. So the word my has been put in a bracket because my falls under the structure word possessive, which is that my is the possessive sentence, is that the one tells about the ownership of nouns who has been sold. The question is, how possessive did happen? So possessive happen through using and inserting my that results in on. In addition, the possessive happen by the presence of adjective plus verb plus pronoun plus noun. So the remainder one are underlined, proving that these are the words that made by the structure complete. Next slide. The next example is, his car is really fast. So the application of syntactic environment is, his is a pronoun or possessive pronoun, car is a noun, verb I is a verb, really is a adverb, and fast is a adjective. So his is a third person singular possessive determiner. So it indicates that something belongs or relates to a man, a boy, or male animal. So here we have a noun, the car, and the word that is for the car is his. His is a possessive determiner, as it suggests that the car belongs to a singular third person. So the word his has been in a bracket because his is a falls under the structure word possessive, which is that his is the possessive sentence. It is one who has been sold. So possessive happened through using and inserting his. The possessive happened by the presence of pronoun or possessive pronoun plus noun plus verb plus adverb plus adjective. So lastly, the noun are one of the underlined because this is the word that made the structure complete. Next slide. Next, okay, so this is our ball. So the application of syntactic environment is, it is a adjective, is a verb, our is a possession determiner, possessive determiner, and bowl is a noun. So in this example, the noun is bowl, and the word that comes before noun is our, and it's a determiner or possessive determiner, as it tells that bowl belongs to the first noun. So the word our has been in a bracket because our falls under the structure word possessive, which is the our is the possessive sentence, is the one who has been sold. So possessive happen by the presence of adjective plus verb plus pronoun plus the noun. So lastly, the noun one are underlined because this is the word that makes the structure complete. Next slide. Lastly is, their house is really beautiful. So the application of syntactic environment is, there is a possessive determiner, house is a noun, is a verb, really is a adverb, beautiful is adjective. So here the noun is house, and we know that the word that comes before the nouns is a determiner. So in this example, the determiner is there. So, or it's a possessive determiner that it tells the house belongs to third person. So the word there has been in a bracket because there is a pulse of the structure word possessive, which is that there is the one who has been solved. So possessive happen by the presence of possessive or the possessive determiner plus the remainder or the nouns plus verb plus adverb plus adjective. So the possessive pronoun, noun, verb, adverb, and adjective, but the noun are underlined because it is proving that these are the words that made the structure. Next slide. So that's conclude my topic. Thank you for listening.
So now we're going to learn about the demonstrative. So demonstrative adjectives are words that modify nouns and identify a specific noun or nouns. Here's the demonstrative adjective examples. Now, here is a sentence without a demonstrative adjective. As you can see, the tree is beautiful. So if the speaker were in a forest, this will be a very confusing statement. The audience might question which tree. So here is the sentence with the demonstrative adjective. That tree is beautiful. So here in the sentence with demonstrative adjective, this sentence clarifies any confusion and identifies a specific tree. So which tree is beautiful? That tree. So this is used for a noun in close proximity. And this and that is the use of for a noun that is used for a noun in close proximity. That and those is used for nouns at a greater distance. So these are the examples of the singular noun. So this is my favorite quote. So in this sentence, the speaker likely has the quote in front of him or her or is holding the quote. So that the second is that is my favorite quote. In this sentence, the speaker is likely pointing out to the specific quote among many, perhaps it is across the room or in someone else's possession. In this is demonstrative and is a verb. My is a pronoun and favorite quote is adjective. Here again is that demonstrative is a demonstrative and is a verb and my is a pronoun. And the favorite quote is the adjective. So these and those are used with the plural noun. So these cookies are delicious. So these cookies are delicious. In this sentence, the speaker likely has the cookies in front of him or eating the cookies. So this is the demonstrative and cookies is a noun, are is a verb, and delicious is adverb. So second, those cookies are delicious. So this is the demonstrative and cookies is a noun, are is a verb, delicious is adjective. And these examples, the speaker is likely pointing the specific cookies. Perhaps the cookies are on a plate in the kitchen or someone else is eating them. So to summarize, this and that are used for singular nouns. These and those, used for plural nouns, this and this, are used for nouns in close proximity, while that and those are used for nouns at a greater distance. So next.
Thank you. Good day, everyone. So, I will be discussing distributive determinatives. Without further ado, let's begin. So, first, we need to define what is called as the distributive determiners and what are these determiners. So, distributive determiners are also known or also called distributive adjectives are used to refer to a group or to individual people or object within a group. And the distributive determiners are each, every, either, and neither. So these are the common use determiners. Next slide po. So since we already know what is the distributive determiners, now let's dig deeper in knowing what are those determiners. So first we have each. For each as determiners, it is used when we talk about every one of a number of persons or things individually. So on the right side of the screen, we have the example as well as the application of scientific environment. So, the example is each applicant must submit their requirements at the HR office. So each is used as the determiners to the subject applicant. Applicants is the subjects succeeded by the determinant and followed by the verb must. Must it's a verb which denotes something is of with utmost importance or necessary. Submit is a word that's submit is used to determine what is required to do by the subject, and the requirements. This word serve as the nouns which the subject should take action with priority. Next slide po. Next slide po. Okay, the second one is every. So every is used when we make a general statement for a whole group. So for example, every hour is composed of 60 seconds. So in this sentence, every is used as a determiner preceded by the noun are. Are is used as the subject and it is a noun. The word is a verb used to symbolize something about the noun are. Composed is a word after the verb is used to define the noun are as something that has formed by putting the noun 60 seconds together. I mean 60 minutes together. So 60 minutes, this phrase is a noun which denotes that the noun are is composed of. Next slide po. So we have either. Either means the one or the other of the two. So for example, either thy or paints are used to color fabric. So either is a determiner, thy or paint is a noun, or is a verb, use is also a verb. To is a preposition, color fabric is a verb. Next slide po. So neither. Neither, sorry, pabalik, sorry. Pabalik po nung slide. Yan sa neither. Thank you. So again, neither means not the one nor the other of the two. So for example, love can neither be bought or sold. Ah, di bang lalim? So love is a noun, can is a verb, neither is a determiner, be bought is a verb, nor conjunction, sold is a verb. So that concludes my report. I will now hand over the discussion to our next presenter. Thank you for listening.
Good morning. I'm Franzine Jen Medriano. For the last type of determiners, I am going to discuss interrogatives. Interrogative determiner modifies a noun by asking a question. In simple sense, interrogatives means asking a question. Interrogatives determiners are also called interrogative adjectives. Next slide, please. There are three interrogative determiners: what, which, and whose. First, we have the what. What is used when asking for a thing or things. Then next, we have which, that used when asking for information specifying one or more people or things for a definite set. Then whose, who we use when asking a question about possession. Next slide, please. Let's proceed to the examples. We have this conversation here between two people, Rhaenyra and Damon. Rhaenyra said that she have watched a movie last night, for which Damon replied, what did she watch? Now we have our interrogative determiner here. It is the what in the phrase. With the syntactic environment application, what is inside the square bracket as if it is our determiner. Then the movie is inside the parenthesis as it can be optional. Then the did you watch is underlined as it make the structure complete. Next slide, please. The next we have which. We use which when the speaker knows there is a limited number of choices. Let me explain. We have another example here where speaker 1 asks the speaker 2 to buy him an ice cream. Jace, the speaker 2, then asks Luke, the speaker 1, which flavor of ice cream does he want. Note here that in this situation, interrogative determiner which is the one that we use as both of the speakers know that there are various flavors of ice cream that they may choose from. And with the syntactic environment application, which is our determiner, the flavor of are our noun and preposition. The ice cream do you want are underlined as it is as it makes the structure complete. Next example, please. Then lastly, we have to do the whose. In simpler term, we ask we ask here who own the noun. With our uh, with our example again, conversation between Viserys and Emma. Viserys said that his car broke. Emma questioned him, whose car will he use tomorrow? Now with our interrogative determiner whose, we are asking who owns the car that he will now use. And in this case, Viserys said that it will be Damon's car, which is the owner of the car that he will borrow. For the syntactic environment application, uh, the whose is our determiner. That's why it's inside the square bracket. Then car is our noun, and will is our auxiliary. Then you is our pronoun. And use is our verb. Tomorrow is inside the parentheses as it can be optional. Next slide, please. And that concludes my report. Thank you po.
Okay na mag-leave, maglalaba pa ako.